Hey everybody, thanks for joining. We have some updates. We're on the road right now.
Again.
But stick around and we'll tell you what's going on. Okay, so if you've been following along, you know that we went to Disney World. We had a phenomenal time. We want to share all of that with you, but we're still in the process of editing that. It'll upload maybe in a week or so. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to share with you the crazy week we've had since we've returned. I said earlier we were on the road. You can tell Laura's driving. We're headed for Santa Fe, New Mexico, yet again. All right. So one of the crazy things that happened. So when we got back and we landed in Denver to drive back home, we got in the car and the windshield cracked practically all the way across the windshield.
Yeah, if you're counting, this is our third windshield in, I don't know, like a year and a half of owning this car.
Yeah, it's like, what? And it was right in the line of sight too, right? I mean, it was like looking through a kaleidoscope when we were driving. So anyway, the closest place to have a windshield replaced is in Santa Fe, and they did replace it, but it didn't work because our car's safety systems and cameras didn't calibrate properly. So we have a new windshield, but we can't use cruise control, and all the safety, buzzwangs and bingers or whatever aren't working. So we're gonna have to go back next week, not this week, but next week, to get another windshield in. So that was kind of a crazy thing. You may also remember, if you've been watching our videos, that Laura's been having some sinus issues, including a deviated septum. Look it up. But the pain hit her horrifically Thursday during our trip to Disney World. So we got home and...
So it was pain in my sinus, but I knew it wasn't just like regular sinus pain.
It was weird.
I have a tooth on that same side where I have my sinus issues, where I had a filling replaced in December. I've had the bite adjusted a couple times. It's never quite felt exactly right. I still can't chew over there, but I woke up in the middle of the night with this just searing pain. The night before our last full day of our vacation, just right here. And then, throughout the next day, I was like, oh man, it's still a little sore. Oh, my ear hurts a little bit. Oh, my jaw. And it's just been like that since then. And I recognize the feeling from when I had a root canal in the past. Other things start to hurt when that root is infected. So I made it through the week. There were a lot of tears. I've been in pain, real gross, bad pain.
A lot of tears.
So finally, Wednesday, I made a dentist appointment. They couldn't see me until Friday. So that was yesterday. No, that was 2 days ago. Sorry, today's Sunday. That was 2 days ago. And they took my x-rays and everything, and my tooth doesn't look infected. So I'm like, what's going on here? One of two things. They think at this point it's either the bonding from the filling didn't totally adhere where it needs to, or I have a fracture inside that tooth. So they offered to redo my filling, but I'm like, if it's the crack, then I'm gonna have to have this filling redone again, right? And I'm tired of having this filling redone. So they referred me to an endodontist. So very long story short, we're on the way to Santa Fe right now because I have an endodontist appointment tomorrow where they will hopefully be able to tell me if I have a cracked tooth.
Apparently,
I don't know what the good answer is here, but I just want this pain to stop.
Yeah, right. Apparently the orthodontist x-ray machine isn't... I'm sorry.
The dentist.
The dentist x-ray machine in Taos doesn't have the kind of...
Can't see. He looked at my tooth. I don't have a crack on the outside. There's nothing on the outside.
How many x-rays can a person get in a week?
Well, I'm going to test that theory because I've had a lot. A lot.
But the endodontist has better equipment. So we have to go all the way to Santa Fe. Now, hopefully they'll take care of it. Boy, I hope so. Laura's been in a lot of pain and it's not been.
will say this, whatever the dentist did to me on Friday, I told him how much pain I was in and, you know, all this whatever. He told me like what combination and quantity of Tylenol and ibuprofen to take at the same time. That has been helping, but he also put some kind of coating on my tooth, like some sort of topical treatment, and it's been okay since then.
Yeah, thankfully.
I've been more comfortable than I've been in a week and a half.
Right.
Since he put that stuff on. So that's cool, but tomorrow we get to the root cause.
And the other crazy thing that happened, again, we've been on the road a lot. We had to go to Albuquerque.
This one was scheduled. Of all the weird stuff that we did all week long, this one was scheduled.
I want to go ahead and put a squeamish alert for you. If you're squeamish, you go ahead and...
squeamish with needles. Or weird doctor stuff.
So Laura had an allergy test because she's been dealing with just a lot of allergies since we moved here. And so take a look at this. She had a scratch test first. You can see on her forearms, they are testing for everything in this new environment that we live in to try and figure out what she's going to react to.
They did 58 different allergens, so 60 scratches total. One of them was positive control, one was a negative control. The rest of the 58 were different potential allergens from the region.
So if you've had a scratch test, you're familiar with this, and you know.
I've been to an allergist before, and I've had a scratch test, and that was where I expected my trip to the ENT to end on Monday. But instead what happened was they did the scratch test and they came back and they measured, you know, all of the welts that formed, all of the many, many welts that formed. And then, because they want to make absolutely certain if they're giving you some sort of treatment that the scratch test was positive enough, right? So they went back for everything that was either a 0 or a moderate or a low reaction, and gave me I need to look up exactly what it was. Long story short, they shot me with 45 different needles.
Yeah. So
in my arm.
Again, hit
Good
pause,
God
fast forward. So this is what they did to her arm.
I was not expecting this. Why so many?
And just like that.
But like 50 more times?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Action.
This
was intense. So she did the first row or column, I guess, and she was like, "You did great. We only have 5 more columns." And I'm like, "You've got to be joking me."
That was pretty crazy.
It was.
Anyway,
I was spent at the end of it, and then I had to sit there for 20 minutes. No, that one was just 10 minutes, right?
So
oh my God.
It felt like a lifetime. Anyway, then the results come in, and they said, "Hey, congratulations. You're allergic to New Mexico, so we're gonna start
fix that.
You're gonna start a sublingual treatment of drops under the tongue 3 times a day." We're hoping that really we've done sublingual drops before when we lived in Texas. They were amazing. They really helped.
Awesome.
So we're really looking forward to this helping you.
The challenging part is that you can only put, I think, 9 or 10 allergens in that compound. So they're having to be really strategic about what they give me and like get as much like cross coverage as possible. They actually recommended regular allergy shots for me, but again, this place is in Albuquerque, and that's 3 hours away, and I can't do that every week.
Right.
And they were like, "Oh, well, do you have a primary care physician?" And first of all, I don't. I know I need one, but I don't. And even if I wanted to establish one, there's not one in town. So either way, I'm going to be driving minimum of 45 minutes every week to get these shots for the rest of my, the next several years. And I'm like, I can't. I work, I can't do that.
So the drops. Finally, as a reminder, we are training for our marathon in Calgary. That is 5 weeks away. So we finally made it to the gym. We're starting up again. And it is a down season for the village that we live in, so nobody should really be around. So we decided to go, and it was the most
packed,
crowded
man.
it has ever been.
So David's like, you know what? I'm going to try
I wanna
running
run.
today.
I wanna run.
I'm going to
Forget
run.
what the doctor told me.
I feel great. Let's do this. And we were like, yeah, if there are 2 treadmills there, we're going to go run.
Yeah.
We went in. Okay, first of all, we drove up. There were 2 cars there. And we're like, oh, gosh, I hope they're not both on the treadmills.
They were.
They were. And then after that, it just like filled
Yeah,
up.
it just filled.
So many people.
Cycling. Well, we did some really
did some
intense
cycling.
cycling, and we did some weightlifting because we have 5 weeks. And again, we want that belt buckle medal.
I want it.
We're looking forward to seeing our dear friend and just enjoying that race. We want to complete this race.
Yes.
We want to prove the naysayers wrong.
We're the naysayers.
Yeah, we're the anyway, so that has been our crazy week and a half. Wanted to share with you, but again, stay tuned. We are going to finish our awesome Disney World trip and share it with you. We really appreciate you watching. If you haven't, like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell. You'll know what's going on. We appreciate your comments. We really appreciate you. So, here we are on the road, always an adventure with you. We'll see you soon.